My name is Natalie Prez, and I have an interview on March 19th, 2026, with a member of the band Extrinsic.
Yeah.
So here we are. So can you please give me a brief history about your band and its members? How many members are there? Who are you? What do you do, etc.?
Yeah. Um, this band is a duo. It's myself, I do guitar and vocals and bass and the drummer is a fellow named Charlie Hofer. He also drums for this band called Death File Red, which I'm also in. Um and The band you wanted, you said to explain the band, right?
Yeah,
uh
like how did you guys form? How long have you been together?
yeah, well, oh man, it the band started is the band started in it wasn't like formal or anything. It wasn't like, okay, I want to play guitar, you play
Mhm,
drums. It was more like Charlie and I had been playing music for a while,
mhm,
for Death File Red, and I just, this was before I joined any other band, so that was really the only band that I was in. And I was working one day, and I had an idea for a song that was just like not gonna be that couldn't work for Death File Red,
mhm.
and I just thought, let me write it down and record it and release it. And so that was our first song, was Paradoxum. And Charlie wasn't in the band. I had hired someone named Rod Belchfish, and and um I put it out in September 2024, and next thing I know, we're getting shows, and um I needed somebody to play live, and Charlie said he was interested, and that's how he joined, and that's how the band started.
Nice. What's the story behind the band's name? Does it have a meaning to it? Is it just a name for it being a name?
Yeah, it's more in a general sense, like it means outside. It's like introvert, extrovert.
Mhm.
It's the same thing with intrinsic and extrinsic.
Yes.
And I really like I really like the idea of outside, because the whole idea of extrinsic was to sound or try to like do things differently than maybe our peers. I mean, like, extrinsic started in the early 2020s, which, like, that was like the time of like the revival old school death metal scene, right? Like the whole like hardcore adjacent, like mid tempo, which is like sick, but um like I come from the school of like, like real fast blast beat death metal, like Hate Eternal, and and I just thought, let's do something that's like not normally like accessible, like what people want to hear, let's just speed it up and make the songs just slim. So I thought the name Extrinsic was kind of was like a good symbol of what, the band is trying to achieve.
Mhm.
So yeah, that's the I guess the long-winded, you know
Got it.
answer of the name.
where is the band from and what is the music scene like there? Are there any local bands that you've played with or you could recommend to us?
Yeah, we are based in Austin, Texas,
Hmm.
and I personally like live in between Austin and Philadelphia, the Northeast.
Hmm.
Um, I'm around just different bands and different scenes, but specifically in Austin and just in Texas in general, like the state just has really great death metal, just point blank, period. There's a new band called Hammer Throne
Hmm.
based in Austin, Texas, and they sound like fucking wicked. It's like old school death metal. It's the
Hmm.
guys from this other band in Austin called Void Witch,
Hmm.
which they're like a death doom band,
Hmm.
and Forebode. And so Hammer Throne, Void Witch, Parasiticide is like war metal. Imminent End is um is a grindcore band, which the guitar player used to play with one of my bands, and Communion, they're like a doom metal band. So yeah, oh yeah, and Corpus Ophal too. Like those guys are from they were from this crazy death metal band called Cerebral Rot from the Northwest, and they moved to Austin and started a band. So yeah, Austin's got it's underrated, man. But like, there's tons of bands, tons of sick bands out there.
Hmm. Hmm. So how would you narrow down or describe your style of sound that you play?
um, very relentless, like speed, fast and precision, very
Hmm.
lean, um, but also dissonant notes that lead to more of artistic expression.
Hmm.
But we want to make sure that, you know, when you listen to an extrinsic release, it's just
Hmm.
gonna hit you 200 BPM from start to finish.
Hmm.
And, you know, we don't want we don't want our live sounds to make you feel like, oh, you know, you can dance. Like, I want it to be intense all the way through. So I would say, you know, our sound is more about speed and precision and
Hmm.
relentless and lean.
As far as releases go, you do have a single, a debut EP, and a music video for the track Isolated. Can you tell me a little bit about these?
Yeah, the single, like I said earlier, like the single was kind of like started it all. The single was just like it was just like an experiment. It was one
Hmm.
of those things where it was like, because I'm just a death metal fan. That's just what I care about playing. And
Hmm.
you know, sometimes like your mind wanders, you know, like the great thing about metal music is that there's so many subgenres, and it was just like, man, I wonder how, you know, cool it'd sound if you add old school death, like brutal death metal with dissonance. And it's like, well, let's try it out. So that's kind of how the single came about.
Hmm.
And then the music video for Isolated, there the guy named Sterling, um who does a lot of music videos all over Austin. He's a really awesome dude. And and he I just liked his work. Deathfire Red wanted to do a video, and his name came up. So that's why, you know, when I thought about, you know, the EP, you know, I was like, I need a strong song and a music video to it. And um, I I really liked his work. So hired him up. And this was before Charlie was in the band. So Aiden played drums on that music video, and he's in a band called Snake Father and some other bands too. He's a really sick drummer as well. So yeah.
Is there any new music in the works, perhaps an album or more singles that you would like to share?
Ooh, yeah, I mean, here the number one thing for sure is Extrinsic is always writing. Like that's just I love writing. That's my thing.
Mhm.
So for sure, absolute writing. The whole album situation is just kind of it's complicated because um the Extrinsic is like it's my baby, and I'm like emotionally attached to it. And when you're the only person that like writes, that does the bass, the drums, and guitar. I mean, I program the drums, I write the drums, and I give it to somebody who's more
Mhm.
better at that. But like everything falls on me. So financially, like um it like I need help. There's some departments where I'm like, man, because Extrinsic's my baby, I would love to have it on vinyl, and like I don't got $2,000, man, to like, like um so it's like yes, in theory I would love to put out an album. But I need support, and um I just, any extra tool would help. So I am writing for an album though, I will say that. But most importantly, we are very into promoting this EP and getting people to like know the band. So we're mostly focused on touring, but um I will say that we do want to put out like a 7-inch, like a two song. So we're definitely working on that. That's a higher priority than maybe a record for sure.
Mhm. Do you have any plans to do any shows or go out on tour? Perhaps, perhaps come out this way to California?
Oh yeah, yeah. Yes, 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 yes. Like absolutely. Like Extrinsic is all about touring. Like that's very important to us, and not only touring period, but just playing in the underground and like going to different scenes and connecting with other underground scenes, because there's a lot of great death metal bands out there now. Like
Yes,
there's millions, and we want to connect with those people because there's bands that get skipped on, like that might not make it to a record label. So, and those are the types of people that we like to help out and vice versa, So, um, our priorities definitely lie on underground and touring. So, yeah, we're always planning to tour, um, and play in new regions for sure. Absolutely.
what are the plans that you have for the rest of this year for 2026? Anything you would like to share?
Yeah, actually, we got a Texas tour coming up first. We want to get that done and out of the way first before we tour anywhere else, because we um we think that Texas is underrated for death metal, and we want to connect with our scene. Of So that's the first thing, first and foremost of this year, and then we're trying to make our way out to the Southwest and hopefully the Northeast, and just tour, and also hopefully some new merch, hopefully records, fingers crossed. And yeah, that's going to be our plan. Oh yeah, and more content, video stuff too. So just
Cool.
promoting our latest EP.
And where can we listen to your music, buy your merch, find you on social media, all that good stuff?
Yeah, we're on all streaming platforms. We're on Apple Music, Spotify, Bandcamp. Um, yeah, you can definitely get our merch on Bandcamp, but also we have tapes with Heretic Effects, which is a small record label. Shout out to the homie Jeremy. He plays guitar in Infinite Misery. So you can definitely get tapes off of him. So yeah, our music is accessible for sure.
And what is it you would like the listener, after hearing your music or perhaps seeing you guys perform live, hearing your music that way, what do you want them to remember for the very first time after seeing you or hearing your music?
We're true. Like really, yeah, they're a death, this is a death metal band, make no mistake about it, we're fast and relentless and we're to the point. There's no sugarcoating it. There's no breakdowns in sight. We're just a fast band, you know.